Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell 'em. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles, compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles, go take care of your business. Success Chronicles, it's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles, and I am excited to have Dr. Elizabeth Moran on with us, an amazing lady with a great heart for service, and has some amazing products and does some amazing things to help others. And so I'm so excited to have her on to highlight her and share her journey. So first, Doc, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I know off air, we talked about your journey and some of the neat things that you've been blessed and fortunate to achieve. But if you don't mind, just kind of share some of that with the audience so they have an idea of who you are and what it is you do.
Sure. So I originally started I guess I'd say career journey in the HR space and got a bit disillusioned at a certain point and decided I wanted to pursue a doctorate in clinical psychology. So left corporate, started pursuing that. While I was doing that, I was being of service and internships and very severely mentally ill folks. And then I also, as a way of supporting myself, I created a personal growth class for inmates. And I sold that to the Marin County Jail, which was great. I did that for 4 years, learned a ton, and then went back into the corporate space when I graduated with really a focus of people development. And while I was doing that and working with internal leaders, I got super jazzed about the change and leading through change space. Probably both because it's incredibly complex and people are incredibly annoying, but they're also amazing. And I kept seeing, I kept seeing things that organizations would do because they're trying to drive the business metrics forward that really would block people engagement and they'd lose people along the way. So I developed a real passion for that. Left the corporate space at the end of 2020 and started my own business in 2021. Wrote a book called Forward, Leading Your Team Through Change. And I've been a total change nerd focused in that space ever since.
So good. That's awesome. What are 3 things that you've accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Well, I'd say the first one I'm most proud of is just my relentless commitment, and it is relentless commitment to curiosity. And sometimes, as you know, leads you down some very challenging paths, but it's also been incredibly rewarding with, I think, risks I've taken.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one. I'd say 2 is my own personal development and my connection to the mystery or the all there is. So I'm a very practical person. I have a business mind, but I also have a tremendous appreciation for the mystical. And I think the community of people, the friends that I have developed in those relationships, I'm incredibly proud of the longevity and the power of those.
So good. Awesome stuff. Well, I don't know, just hearing you talk about your journey and hearing you discuss the amazing things that you're proud of, I would consider that to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Really feeling that you are in your joy, that you are not letting whatever anybody tells you to do or not do. That's success. It's a pretty simple, I think, straightforward definition.
No, I love that.
Am I enjoying what I do? Does it bring me joy?
I think maybe can you hit on a couple things? Like, we talked off air about, people can say those things, but it takes some work
Yeah.
to get to that, right?
Yeah.
Like what are some things that you've, a couple of things maybe that you've experienced that have helped you get closer to that joy or really just realize that like, oh no, this is what makes me happy?
Oh gosh, right. Oftentimes we do that through what doesn't make us happy.
Come
And
on.
a lot of that, even if it's not necessarily strong in either camp, like for instance, I mean, I did well in corporate, but I realized not too long ago that my father chose my career. And there's no blame, there's no judgment. It's just at the time I was kind of lost. And he's like, well, you like working with people. And then the only sort of space to really legitimate space to do that is in the business world. So why don't you get into HR? And I was like, okay. And I did learn a lot and found things that made me passionate there, but it's something that I've been watching and noticing, because what is it that truly brings me joy, and how much of it is that sort of internal egoic voice saying that's acceptable, this isn't acceptable. And then you pile on things like, well, how am I going to support myself or my family or things like that, and these little things get in the way. And I love making money. I still love making money. But I realized through this journey of starting my own business, I had a fundamental false belief that money was where I would find my safety. And then I realized, no, money is important. We all need it, but I'm always safe. I feel
Mhm.
very connected to the all there is, but I'm always safe. And so going through the fear and the terror of not having, or really trying to align my behaviors in the world, my values. Do I say I think we're all connected? I say that, I believe that. Do I believe in spirit and source and we're all connected there? I do as well. But I really found that I wasn't living my life in accordance with that. It was like, well, I'm gonna be in connection with the mystery and the all there is, and allow things
Yeah.
to flow, except with this thing. I'm gonna do and take action. And I think that's a very hard thing. So I've learned a lot about this concept of allowing and being in the flow and being able to tolerate the discomfort of not taking action and forcing something or making something happen. And that's been probably, I'd say, the biggest learning through these last 5 years is trying to make peace with that, and not only make peace but find tremendous peace in the present
Yeah.
and nature and things I think I just didn't have a focus on before, because I was working 60 hours a week and everything was focused externally. That's a long-winded answer to your question, but I think those are some of the things that sort of in my own journey, and still working on, quite frankly.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of things for us to focus on that are great catalysts for our development.
No, I love it. I think I'll share this with you as a quote that I always say. I believe that inner peace, INNER peace, allows us to enter peace, ENTER,
Yeah.
right? And so kind of, like you said, long-winded, no, it's great for me. I think I
Speak
understand
the same
what you
language.
mean. Right, right.
Yes. And I
It's
think
a,
also, to your point, this is a lot of work that I've been doing with my coaching clients. I don't know, we all got the memo, no matter where we were in the world, that somehow if we didn't know how to do something, it made us bad or wrong or less than. And also the people feeling that their output not being received, right? What they do not being welcomed in whatever way. People don't have that separated from who they are, right? That if you don't like my stuff, you don't like me. And I think this idea of peace is so important, because I do believe that regardless of external circumstances, we get to make the choice. And it's not about not getting upset. It's recognizing, wait a second, I'm feeling pain. How am I creating this? And then really making the choice to have a different perspective or hold something different that's possible, and then working your way, feeling into that. So peace oftentimes is the recognition of, I'm not feeling that. And there's plenty of, again, reasons we could point to why, but then truly understanding with radical self responsibility, you're the one who has control over that. And thank God, right? We're not dependent on somebody else. It's nice when people love what we do, right? But if we can be tortured, if we know, if we're only looking to the external for our sense of value.
Awesome. Well, let's hit on the book. Tell us a little bit about the book so people can understand what that's about, so they can go get that and support you.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And I have an offer for your folks too, so an
Awesome.
audiobook offer. So I wrote the book. So I developed an approach, taking some of the best of change approaches that many people are probably familiar with. And I developed with leaders, I sort of titrated out what are the essentials, because most of the time change leadership or change management was very fuzzy for folks. Most people, leaders, are doing this off the side of their desk. Many of them don't have formal change support. And even if they do, that tends to focus more on the deliverables and the project aspects of change. What I was finding is many leaders were struggling with the people side. So in organizations, profit or not for profit, most changes come down from a set of leaders who make decisions. And that's usually how it goes. So changes that leaders and teams are expected to implement were not their idea. And change is always a better idea when it's your idea. And even then, it's tough. But when it's not your idea, people can resist even more. So I go into a couple of them, which I'm happy to talk about. Some neuroscience. It's very practical. The book is grounded in neuroscience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty quick read. There are playbooks with tools. And I think, as I was telling you earlier, please don't make me read a 300-page business book. I will poke my eye out, and also use a bullet point. And lastly, make it practical. So one of the things people tell me they love the most is when they have to have a tough conversation with an employee or a peer, somebody who's struggling with a tough reaction or emotional or tough question.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have some scripts all scripted out to help leaders sort of kickstart their ability to have a more effective conversation. So, people love the book. I read it to my mom before she crossed over. She loved it. So I thought that was high praise indeed. And yeah, so that's the book.
Awesome. Well, before we close, I'd love for you to get an opportunity to share with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all the amazing things you have going on.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So it's Elizabeth Moran Transformation is the website. And people can connect with me at Dr. Elizabeth Moran on my LinkedIn. And I sent you some information so you can post that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, if people are interested, if they buy the book, I'm happy to let them have the audiobook for free. And so you just connect with me on LinkedIn, say they heard me on the Chip Baker Amazing Success Chronicles podcast, and I'm happy to share the promo.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, Dr. Moran, I want to say again, thank you so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. Truly appreciate it, and I wish you continued success.
Thank you for all you do, Chip. Really appreciate you.
Yes, yes. All right. And thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Go get it.